Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths. Don't mind tapping or whatever on this one because I'm just doing my pulls or whatnot. But anyways, there's a few things going on with Kamihime project, which I'm gonna have to discuss a little bit. First and foremost, they've added another rate up for the New Year's characters like Light Nike, Dark Amaterasu, and all that. But it takes star coins, meaning you actually gotta pay for it. But the interesting thing I've noticed is that things are starting to say 20 times rate up. Meaning that we're higher than the 15, I think it used to be. So that said, say that we evenly split the SSR rating between say 60 characters, and it's already a 3% chance of SSR. So that's like, cut that in half for Kamihime. And then that's about a 60, and that's pretty much your chance of pulling a specific character. Like say you want SSR Cybele. Well, you're taking that 1.5% chance, dividing it by 60, which makes it pretty much 20 per 0.5. So off the top of my head, you have a roughly a 0.25% chance of getting SSR Cybele, which is pretty low. Well, that said, multiply that by 20, which actually gives you a 0.5% chance of her if she's in the rate up, like a specific rate up. That's pretty much what's happening with that. Your chances are abnormally low, but the rate ups really are your best chance of actually going after something, because if you don't, you're probably not pulling it normally. Not without some serious, heavy, extensive rerolling. Because everything that we're getting in the pool is starting to get more and more dense. The more stuff they add, the harder it is to pull something off banner. So that's something you got to be aware of right now. So, especially if you're a free player because you're stuck with magic gems or magic jewels. I'm thinking of the wrong game. But being a free player, you're stuck with magic jewels and tickets. So it's like, the tickets will never have a rate up, ever. But the magic jewels will. So it's like you have to be very picky about where you try to pull. Especially since I know some people are trying to aim for SSR Bastet, and she's coming up pretty soon. So yeah. But speaking of things coming up too, we have another unit event that's coming up, which is going to end up being Lust. It's going to be the win one. So your fire teams is going to be more oriented. Another reason why I'm pulling on this, because I'm trying to beef up their grid a little bit more. I've already reworked them a bit. I got a level, I never got around to leveling, SSR Beelzebub, because I didn't feel like she was needed too much. Now she actually could be. Because despite the defense down, she gives a crap ton of buffs, and they're actually pretty up there. That's a good time for me to use her now, because of the fact that, first off, between her and Daki, I get like 5 rounds of rampaging. But the second is the fact that this enemy is going to be one of those really tricky ones where it's like, you can barely debuff them. So don't even try to rely on debuffs. It's like, if you have them in your arsenal, use them. But you should be more focused on a team that can buff themselves, because that's where it shines a lot more. I mean, you already should have a team that buffs and debuffs at the same time, but your buffs will have way more weight, your debuffs will have way less. So that's something to know about. I'm not doing a video going into full details on this thing, but I don't know how resistant the Limbs are. But if you've been playing for a while, Limbs can easily get dispatched. I can do that without even using a full burst, so not to mention I can always throw light at it, but my light team's a little debuff reliant, while my fire team is not. So my fire is definitely going to shine in this one. They might have the weaker grid, but 100% I'm doing. So, yeah. Another thing I also got to mention, too, is about the previous event, where it's like Majed. I honestly didn't do too much on that one, because, granted, I do say grind them out and everything in order to try and get as much as possible, but it's still depending on what you may or may not need. In my case, my Thunder team sucks. it's like I don't have too many that can really buff or debuff. And I definitely don't have a healer. Unless I go into SR rarity. But yeah, my Thunder team sucks. I'm not really too focused on them. Same thing with my Water team, even though they're in a better position than my Thunder one, to be quite honest. Because looking at all my characters and whatnot, I have a wider range of stuff that I can use to handle that. But they still are quite lacking. So that's another thing too. It's like, pick and choose your battles, but at the same time, if you are going to do an event, grind it out. I made it a point to at least get Majed. So, I said screw it on the weapons because I really wasn't too focused on my Thunder team to begin with. It's like, I will have gaps and all that, and quite frankly, the next Tower of Malice is going to have you use your Thunder team a lot anyway, but I don't expect too much from it. I really don't. And then the last time I ended up getting my 10,000 anyways by mainly using my teams up until a certain point and then just throwing light at it. Now I can throw light and fire. I might actually be able to clear all 15 floors. But, that's the thing. Pick and choose your fights and whatnot. But honestly, you should always try to grind out the Union events. It is easy access to a lot of stuff that you need to upgrade things. Like the Grails, you will get flooded with them. I still have Grails from the last time because I haven't really taken the time to try and figure out where I'm going to use them. So I'm going to get even more now. But, then on top of that too is the fact that it's probably the best chance to get the Dragonic Eye Shards because you do good on the rankings, you'll get more. So yeah, that's the thing about that one. But there's also the fact that when you do the Union events, you can also get a lot of Pride weapons as well, which are a bit underrated to be quite honest, because they give a flat assault and then they give you more based on how much your HP is. It's dependent on how it is. Now, quite frankly, my fire team, who has trouble staying alive, that would be very good for them, because it's like, okay, their HP drops are suddenly hitting harder. But, say you have a team that keeps their HP up, like my white team, they have a lot of HP, they tend to keep it pretty high, then that's where Vigor weapons are going to come in, and we'll eventually get that, but for right now, we only have like 3 Kamihime, one of which is permanent that can Vigor buff, so if you do plan on using them, then keep in mind with that. But Vigor and Pride works completely different. It's where it will give a flat amount, but how much it gives and where it gives it is completely different. Because while Pride works on lower HP, Vigor works on higher. And Vigor stops working at 50%. Pride, you can have full HP, but it works up until you have 5% remaining. So it's like, it has a wider range. Pride is a little bit easier to manage. And quite frankly, the overall boost from Pride will probably surpass even large Assault in certain situations. Because a Final Break Assault can go up to 21%. I know Pride can probably shoot past it just without even being Final Break. If you can get your HP really low. And it's just going to get even more boosted if you Final Break it. So, that's something to know. But keep in mind, the smaller the Pride, the worse off it is. But they all still have some uses. Like, small Pride won't even give you a small assault value if you get it to skill level 20. I think it's like 7.5%. But it's still got the Pride effect where it'll give you more attack power. So, it still works out in the end. It's probably on par with a medium, depending on your situation. But, yeah. And lastly, this isn't even about Kamihime Project, but it's something I'm pointing out because I did recently make the announcement that I'm going to be streaming Kingdom Hearts. Well, it's taking a little bit longer for me to get my freaking unemployment payment because a whole mess of crap. Honestly, I get the feeling that the government shutdown may have had something to do with delaying things. But, the whole thing with that is, when I do indeed get my hands on a copy of Kingdom Hearts 3, you will absolutely see an announcement of when that stream is going to be. I'm going to try and do it on an off day, because work's starting to pick up for me again. Oh, I'm done. But, work's starting to pick up for me again, so yeah, that's something to know about. I probably can Final Break, one of my white girls. Because I've been trying to get some beefed up light and fire teams on this. But, yeah, you'll know I'll do an announcement about Kingdom Hearts when I'm going to do it and everything. I hope I can get my hands on a copy soon because people's been waiting for this game. I'm hoping that they don't get sold out. And unfortunately, I couldn't pre-order unless I had to do it online, and I don't like online pre-orders because they'll either send you a freaking digital code or some other crap. So, yeah. Other thing I hate about this too is, like, I'll even get this on camera. Because this is one more thing I gotta talk about with Kamihime Project. I don't know if they fix this or if this is some specific little issue, but for some strange little reason, every time I enhance or break limit Trish, the game crashes and it has to reload. It still gives me the effects of what I did with her, but it's like it resets itself. I don't know why it does this. It's something I may have to look into. I probably should report it to customer support, because this crap is just amazingly annoying. Like, I'm going to hit OK and watch it happen. See? Oh boy, so I gotta reload this again. But yeah, for some reason, every time I just do anything with Tish, it just does that. Unless I'm swapping out her accessories. I hate that. Interesting little thing that some people don't know too is, like, if you click that X thing before it loads, you can see the characters are removed, but the background's still there. Thing is, though, when you hit it again, they'll reappear. And then when you hit it again afterward, it does a normal effect. You can only do that before it loads. This is just a little sad thing I decided to put out there. But, yeah, that's the thing. If you do have Tish, that's something to watch out for, because I don't know if it's just me. It may even have something to do with the glitch with star coins. But I don't know. I don't fully know for sure. But, anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about. If you're really curious about what to look forward to for the Lust thing, just know that there is indeed a second weapon. You'll have to do a little bit of research, but I'll put a link to the event in the comments. I mean, I have it right here. In fact, I still got to go break limiting all of these characters too. I haven't even started working on hers. It's a lot of crap I'm going through in this game for upgrades and whatnot. And I'm still playing multiple games and all that. I mean, I haven't really done too much with Senshi's Revenge, and they're starting another event. I've more or less stagnated on Flower Night Girl. And then it's like I'm trying to play other games, but I'm quickly, like, feeling like I'm getting a little overwhelmed. I may have to take a few out the roster. Like, I don't even have the fire materials for them. And that day just passed. So, yeah. There's quite a bit. I think I can... Oh, and this is the other reason why you want to do these union events. They feed you these like crazy. So, if you're needing any of them little crystal things, whether it's second or third tier, you're usually missing a lot of those. You can get a crap ton of them from union events. I unfortunately can't do this until I upgrade that, but just getting your 1 star is good enough for now because I want the third ability. But yeah, definitely 1 star all your characters if you can. It's the problem I got with Beelzebub. She doesn't have her third ability because I haven't done it. But let's see. I wonder if I do have it. Yes, I do. So now Tish is getting used. She's getting upgraded, which means I'm going to crash again. But anyways, that's all I got for this. Like I said, honestly, try to do the union event if you can. Especially since you easily get help from other people. You have to. There is no way, I repeat, no way you are likely doing the union event, the union participation point list without help. Because unless you're like a high tier player that can just farm the crap out of it all day, and you've managed to rack up a whole bunch of grails on your own, you are probably not getting 60 million. You are probably not. So, yeah. You probably do need some help on that one. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's highly unlikely. So, yeah, that's something to know about. But anyways, that's all for this video. I'm going to try and actually upgrade my stuff and whatnot, because I really got a lot to work on here. But, definitely going to have more of this soon. I'm going to test out my fire team with Belial, trust me. But more of this is going to come soon. Announcement on Kamihime project whenever I can get it. And I'm going to try and build things up, especially this weapon right here. This is Jones' weapon, which actually is helpful in this case because I probably do need some damage resistance. But anyways, that's all for this video, guys. More of this is going to come soon, and take care.